Hey guys, and welcome back to another block spotlight. Now in this video we're going to take a quick look at the item router block from the MineFactory Reloaded mod. Now I've got a little setup here to demonstrate its uses, but first let's have a look at the crafting recipe. Now the item router recipe is fairly straightforward. You have a factory machine block on the bottom, a chest in the middle, some redstone repeaters on the side, and on the top some plastic sheets. Of course, the factory machine block is created using some stone and some plastic sheets, and finally the plastic sheets are created using raw plastic, which can be obtained from smelting rubber bars or rubber from any other mod. Keep in mind you need the factory machine blocks for every MineFactory Reloaded machine, so you might want to make a couple of those. Alright, so I've got a little setup here, and if you are familiar with the diamond pipes from Buildcraft, you will be very comfortable using this block. So basically what this does is it allows you to send items in a specific direction. Now you might notice that the block has some colored indicators, on every side here. So on this side it's got some yellow, some blue here, some red on this side, and finally over here some green. And if you look on the bottom here, it also has some black. Alright, now basically what this does is when an item is inputted into the item router using either a conveyor belt, seeing as it will absorb items that hit it, or a pipe or any other method basically, you will be able to route it into a specific direction. Keep in mind you can also input items from the top here, which does not have an output. And that basically allows you to use every output site if you needed to. So there are a total of 5 output sites. Got a piece of cobblestone in here. Do note this isn't an actual item, so I can't retrieve this. So let's add some different items in here. So yeah, we can't use the gray here because it's the bottom. Let's say we're inputting on the yellow side here, so let's get that out of there and use red over there and some blue up there. Alright, so yeah, we'll start by trying the blue side. So that is inputting directly into an inventory, right? So like the item collector, I think this yeah, the item collector from MineFactory Reloaded, this basically will collect any item that hits it, so you can basically input items from any side, also the top. And well, I also did a spotlight on the item collector, which I have set up right here, so I will link to that in the description as well. And yeah, so now we look in here and our cobblestone transport pipes ended up in the chest. Alright, so the next side is, let's say, green, which is outputting into a pipe. Right, so that was some cobblestone. So let's throw some cobblestone on the conveyor belt here, or on top, or basically anywhere on the block, and you can see it inputted them nicely into the chest, into the pipe, and now into the chest, of course. Okay, and then finally we have this side, which is outputting onto a conveyor belt, or basically just spitting out the items on a particular side. So we'll try that, and there we go. So it spits out the items, they land on the conveyor belt, and the item collector here picks them back up and throws them into the chest. Alright, so this block is fairly straightforward. Of course, you can also have multiple items at a single side, which is very convenient. And finally, of course, you have this reject unmapped button up here. Now currently this is set to no, which basically means that if you throw in an item which is not listed anywhere, for example an item router itself, well, in this case it's apparently not really in the mood to try it, but let's place another one down here. So yeah, I'll add some cobblestone here. When we throw the item router at there, it will basically select a random side to output the item. So just any random side, and you can toggle this button to make it basically reject the item, so when it hits it, it won't absorb it and send it out any particular way, so you'll just hit it and stay there. So that's basically the reason for having this reject button here. So without it, it'll just throw it out at any specific side. Okay, so one thing to note is you don't need to have an item hit it like this to make it absorb it. You can also use pipes or basically any method to insert items into the block. So it really can simply replace a diamond pipe, given that you have, well, you do have one side less, seeing as you can't output from the top. So that's basically it for this block. I hope you enjoyed the spotlight. If you did, please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next one.